Hey, it's Troy again, and here I am once again with the youngest and one of the newest fountain pen collectors I know. I've got a little partner in crime, so to speak. Once again, my son Matthew. Say hey.
Hi.
That's it. Just hi. Well, anyway, he's my little mini-me co-host. And some of you had liked and commented on our previous video that we did together and made some suggestions actually for his collection. And
kind of like that video. I got some new pins since then. My birthday was yesterday. I got about 6. He gave me a picture of one of the pins, but it didn't arrive yet. It will arrive sometime this week or next
hopefully.
week.
So yeah, so that's part of why.
It looked kind of pretty.
So that's one of the reasons why he's here with me this evening, because it was a mail day for me, and Mondays usually are big mail days, and I ended up with some more pens that showed up in the mail, and he ended up with a bunch of pens that he got for his birthday. So that's kind of what we're going to be working on right now, is to show you some of those. So let's show how your collection has grown since the last time. Let's start with this. I got. Okay, we'll go with that one first.
This is one of my favorite pins that I got. It's pretty. I mean, it's kind of pretty. I like it.
Well, let's tell people what it is.
It's kind of a Pilot.
It is a Pilot Metropolitan.
Yeah.
Now, the venerable and the ever reliable and great value Pilot Metropolitan. This is in a pop retro red, and I managed to pick that up for him for his birthday. So far this is the most expensive pen in your collection, and obviously he's just 8, so he's not going to have a tremendously expensive collection yet.
I like it because of the polka dots right there, kind of pink and black.
Yep, so they're all checkered. And it writes very well. We inked that up,
it does.
and we'll show you.
Something like
Here's what you've got. You've got a Nemesis Aeolus Palace Red, which is this right here. Hopefully you can see that okay. With the camera taken up for the both of us, it's kind of hard for me to show it and see it at the same time, but it's just right here. As always, a Pilot Metropolitan was writing fairly well. I've got one. Plenty of other people who get new into collecting fountain pens have got them, and the Pilot Metropolitan is a great addition pretty much for anybody in their collection. I'm going to try to move the camera just a little bit to make sure we both still fit in it, because we started out okay, but then you had to get down. But all right, so that's his first one he got. It's the Pilot Metropolitan.
This one does not have ink in it. I was gonna put ink in this pen, but no, I wanted to put Bay State Blue in this, and both of them are the same pins.
Yep, they're both a Parker Vector.
And as you can see, they're from the movie Shrek.
That's right.
The donkey and Shrek.
And the donkey and Shrek. Now, these two pens I ordered, I had shipped from Europe, from the Netherlands.
They're exactly
and they showed
the
up.
same. They're pretty fine writing.
Yeah, actually, fine as in very well writing. Not so much the fine point. They're both a medium point, I do believe. But I can tell you this: we inked this up with some Noodler's Bay State Blue. I know people are going, oh, Noodler's Bay State Blue. Yes, Noodler's Bay State Blue. Actually, look, I like the ink. We got a sample of it. We used it. We liked it enough to order an entire bottle. I know that it's difficult to clean. Believe me, had it on my hands more than once. But look at how this pen writes extremely smooth. The Parker Vector is an extremely smooth writing pen. It rivals a lot more expensive pens that I've got. It did very, very well. I cannot complain about the Parker Vector. Now, he's got 2 of them, but we were only able to ink 1 of them.
I know, he did not have 2 converters for them. First, the converter was in this donkey pin, but then I was going to put diamond orange in it, but then I said, no. Take the converter out of that pin, put it in this pin, and hook it up with some Bay State Blue. Both of them will write probably pretty fine writing. They are pretty nice in writing. I like the way they look. I like the theme of them. Shrek.
Well, I only had the one converter because I only own one Parker, and I own
He took the
a converter out of
that
the existing Parker Sonnet that
and
I've
put
got.
it in this. But then no, I took the converter out of that, put it in this, cause that basic blue is pretty nice ink.
Right.
And he bought this. This is one of his new inks. He bought like 20 inks today, and I wanted a orange ink in this pen, but then no, he asked me about at the last moment, do I want to change it, and I said yes. Instead, I put the converter in this pen.
Yep.
And basic blue ink, and this was one of my favorite pens I got for my birthday.
Yep. Now, there's a couple others you got. You remember in one show that I talked about this pen right here, how that was very inexpensive, a $3 pen. It's a great pen.
Two of them.
I bought one for myself. My wife liked it. My mother-in-law liked it, and he liked it. So I bought one for everybody else. So I bought 3 more.
So
now we got a total of 4 in the family.
He bought one for me. He was gonna give it to my birthday, but no, he kind of forgot about it.
It's true.
He even bought it. He forgot he even bought it, and then he just remembered while he was talking about his fountain pens with some other people.
Right. Now, this one here, Fountain Pen Revolution Guru. I showed you this on a previous video.
He did not buy that. He already had it.
I had it.
He
That's
He just put it in a box and gave it to me.
Right. And matter of fact, he'd been looking at my FPR, my Fountain Pen Revolution pens. He said, "Daddy, I want a Fountain Pen Revolution pen." So I said, "Okay, fine. Here you go. You can have it for your birthday along with your other pens."
I know. I like it. I like the ink that's in it. Pretty nice ink. And a pretty nice looking pen. It's red, white, red. I kind of like the way it looks.
Now, he mentioned that he's got one more pen coming. He's got a Lamy ABC Student Fountain Pen, and it's going to have a maple wood body with some red plastic trim.
It looked pretty.
Oh, well, here's what I'll do is I'll put a picture up of it so you guys can see what it's going to look like. It's very different. So that hasn't arrived yet, but the other things, he got a Jinhao 992, a demonstrator model of that. And I've already got a replacement for that in my collection. So he didn't get that for his birthday. I gave him, since our last video, I gave him that.
Yeah, he gave me that kind of early because I was asking for some more fountain pens.
Just drop them and break them, why don't you?
No, I wasn't trying to accidentally drop it, but I wanted another pen. I was asking for pins. I found about 20 pins on eBay I wanted. Don't know if I'm gonna get them, but and another part of my birthday, I'm not gonna have it now. But on August,
we'll talk about it here in a minute. Let's go through the pens first.
It's Washington D.C. in a pen show.
Dude, I was gonna get to that.
I'm excited.
Oh, you're ruining the surprise of the video.
I'm excited.
The other thing, I gave him my Baoer 508. You know, this was my pen of the day today. I was actually using this. It was on my desk. My wife came by. She said, "Ooh, I like that. It's a pretty pen." So she took it and wrote with it. She goes, it writes okay. Later on, Schmedley here comes into my office. He says, "Oh, hey, I like that pen.
It's pretty." I said it's pretty.
And so, fine, take it. I've had 2 people come admire it, and with my family, such is my life here in my house. So, anyway, but yeah, the big present.
It's kind of a camo pen.
Well, it's got like a marble. It's like a black with a little bit of marbling.
Black and blue.
Right. And his big present, like I said, he had said to me one day that he wanted to go to a pen show. Because
he said no, because he didn't know about it till late. He said, "Oh,
that's not true."
Well, I didn't know. Well, he said no. He didn't want to ruin my birthday surprise. He may have already know about it, but I was talking about only pen show I know about is the one they went to on.
In June in Raleigh, right? Beginning of June in Raleigh.
I asked, "Can I go next to?" They said no, because I'll be in school.
Right. So we made plans. We've already booked the hotel, and
it is a Homewood Suites.
Yeah. So we're going up to the DC Pen Show. It's one of the biggest pen shows in the world. So we're going to enjoy that coming up. So
might
cool.
visit Mount Vernon, George Washington's home.
Yeah, we might do Mount Vernon on the way home.
I know. I kind of wanted to go to the Washington Monument.
Yeah, we won't really have enough time though to spend a lot of time in DC.
I know. Maybe we will sometime else if we go as a family.
Can we go over the ones I got now?
Yep.
Since we did yours. All right, now, previous videos I've talked about how I'm a fan of Waterman. Well, here's an old Waterman's, probably
He got
from
that today.
This arrived in the mail today. It was sold as a Waterman's Crusader. Now, I don't know if it's a Waterman's Crusader. It's a pen and pencil set. It is old.
That's the
It's a
pencil
beat up
right
old
there.
box,
That's
and
the
yep, the
pencil.
mechanical pencil is right here. This particular pen right here, you know, I said I've loved every Waterman that I've ever touched, except this one.
It writes like crap.
Don't say that.
Well, it does.
Yeah, but you don't say that on my video. So this is an old lever-filled pen. The sack was in decent shape. The nib was sitting on the section a little crooked, so I could straighten that out some. I inked it up, and you know, it didn't write really well. There's the cap to it. It's a nice, not a bad-looking metal cap. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it does look pretty.
it's actually a decent-looking pen.
Decent looking, but writes bad.
Right, so I inked it up with Diamine Oxblood ink. And here's what it says on it. It says a Waterman's Ideal 14 karat firm 54. So I'm assuming it's a Waterman's Ideal model pen. And it writes, you know, a lot finer than I like. It also writes scratchier than I really like. I haven't spent a lot of time working on this pen in order to try to make it nicer. But, you know, like I said, I did make sure that it takes ink in, the bladder works fine. What I did do is I managed to pull the nib right out of it, but I could not get the feed out along with it. But I got the nib out, and then I was able to put the section along with the feed, as well as the nib having come out into my ultrasonic cleaner. So I cleaned all that out. I flushed everything out real well. So I'll try to spend some time trying to get that thing up and running and make it
And
better.
I was gonna choose between Oxblood or in this pen or Palace Red. And
Yeah, the Aeolus
and
Palace.
I was kind of saying that was a little bit too dark for this pen, and turned out it was. I kind of wanted just a normal plain red, not dark red, not kind of
Yeah,
light
but you got
red,
almost a maroon is what
know.
this came out, but you wanted a lighter color. Now,
I know.
here's what else came.
It's a pretty ink.
It is. All right,
I
now
like
let's get back to the ones I got today because we're running out of battery here because I've made several videos on this particular battery. All right, here's one, Lamy. This is my 5th Lamy,
I'm gonna get a Lamy.
and he's got a
soon.
Lamy coming. That's one of the reasons why I got him that Lamy ABC School
I kind
Pen.
of like it. This Lamy looks pretty.
This Lamy right here.
It's a black Lamy. I feel it. It feels nice.
It's a Lamy Studio. Now, when
I like that right there.
When I was
that
first looking to get into the fountain pen hobby, I had sent out a question on Facebook to my friends, and I said, look, I'm looking to get into fountain pens. What does everybody like? I said, because here's what I've been using, and here's what I would like advice on. So there were two suggestions made. One was one of these, a Pilot Metropolitan. And you know what? I know why. Because it's a great value for the pen. These go from $12 to $15 or so, depending upon where you buy it. I've got one in black, solid black with silver trim, and it works great. Now, this Lamy, a Lamy 2000 is what was given to me for advice. And I stuck with that advice. I looked at the Lamy Studio. I actually thought the Lamy Studio was a better looking pen. It was definitely a lot cheaper because this is about a $50 pen compared to a Lamy 2000 brand new. Can go about $169 average for retailers that I've been seeing. I didn't pay that because I bought mine used, but it was in great condition. Now this Lamy Studio is another one of those where my wife came, saw it, ooh. Then she tried to, ew, but I'm not going to steal it, promise. I promise I won't, because she does that an awful lot.
And which pen do you think looks better? I kind of think this looks better than that. I think, wait, what ink does that have in it?
Well, what I put into this was the Robert Oster Blue Water Ice, and I'll show you what that looks like here in just a few minutes.
He already showed you this ink. Right now, I can't compare them because I haven't seen it. Wait, I see it right now. Yeah, I think this ink is better than that ink.
Yeah, well, you got a red pen, you put a red ink in it, and that makes sense.
I know. I like the way it looks.
Yep.
And I saw another one of his pins I like. It was kind of yellow and black.
Now, let's try to make the video short as possible. Let's move on. You know that I like Esterbrook pens, like if you've been watching my videos. And, you know, the older Esterbrook, as a matter of fact, my pen of the day after someone, you know, ended up with my Baoer.
I got one.
Yeah, you do. And I showed...
I got one of them exact same pins. My nana liked this particular pin. He had two of them. He gave one to me. He had to change the ink. I used to have Onyx Black.
Onyx Black, that's right.
And now I have a... What?
I don't know what you're going to do, but don't worry about it.
I think it's Liberty's Elysium.
It's probably what I put in was yours at Liberty's Elysium. Now, let me see this.
It's pretty.
You know that I like old Esterbrook. This is an LJ with a broken clip, but it writes great. I mean, all my notes that I took really write, just some old paper writes really well. Now, let me get to this one. Anybody who watches Charlie Brown, Snoopy on TV when those cartoons come on for the holidays, or you ever read the comic strip Peanuts, you're familiar with Charles Schulz. Now, Charles Schulz was known...
That's the creator of...
Peanuts.
Peanuts.
Charles Schulz was known for using an Esterbrook American-made fountain pen to draw his comic strip. Esterbrook nowadays is not the same company. My understanding is because Esterbrook went out of business, and it was established 1858 according to this. So another company pretty much took up the mantle of Esterbrook, and their pens are nothing like the old ones. But I picked up a limited edition Charles Schulz fountain pen. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you about this one. You know, it comes with the little limited edition certificate on the inside.
It's a fatter pen than he thought it would be.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be quite this big.
I know. It's kind of like if you watch that deer antler video, it's kind of the same size as that white pen.
My homemade deer antler pen that I was talking about. Now, this pen here is a little, like you said, it's bigger than I thought it was. There were two different models. One was black and white, I'm assuming to either A, be like the comic strip in the newspaper, or B, like Snoopy, black and white, or Charlie Brown always wore a yellow shirt with black trim. And so you've got, you know, the Schulz signature here, and then you've got the Esterbrook, and you got the Schulz on the cat band. And it's a pretty good size pen. It takes international standard cartridges and converters. It came with one cartridge and one converter, so I threw the converter in. Now, here's the thing about this pen. It's a big pen, so it's not too back weighted when you cap it. So if you're going to post it, it's not uncomfortable because the cap's not tremendously heavy. It doesn't really throw it out of balance, but I was able to write fine with it unposted, and I got a good size hand. So it's comfortable to hold. I've been writing with it for a while, and I inked that up with some Diatramentis Blackberry. 3 times today I've gotten my hands totally inked, and 3 times today I've gotten them somewhat clean because 3 different sessions I sat around playing with pens today.
I got some ink on my arm.
Yeah, you got some ink on your arm today too.
I know, right there, because my brother bumped into me, and he made me move my pen to right there, and I got ink like right there, but I cleaned it off while I was taking a bath.
So, I got 3 pens today. This Charles Schulz pen is
that
one of those that
it's
a neat collector's pen. It writes okay. It's not a fantastic writer, but it's not a bad writer either. Here's what I did find about this particular pen. This is just some accounting column paper I wrote my notes on. Writes terrible on something like this. It writes fairly good on just this old notepad that I got from my HVAC contractor. It writes really well here, and I'll show you how it writes. This is the book that you see every time I do videos and I show ink samples. That's the Charles Schulz with the Diatramentis Blackberry ink. It writes very well on good quality paper. It writes horrible on that accounting paper. This was the Lamy that I was just telling you about, and that is the Robert Oyster Blue Water Ice ink. So those actually write fairly well. The Lamy is a great writing pen. It's smooth, as all my Lamys have been, with the exception, the one that wasn't so great, remember I showed you in one of my videos an Artist 44, which is the precursor to Lamy, and it was made in Germany before they started to call the company and market their pens under the Lamy name. So I've got 4 that are branded as Lamy, And they all write really well, including that Lamy. So if you're looking for a mid-range or a next level pen above, let's say, some of the Jinhaos, and he's got a lot of first entry level pens in his hand, and they all write well. The Parker Vector, for the money that I paid for those Parker Vectors, it writes great. It really surprised me when I inked it up.
He said it writes smooth. I tried it, same thing. It writes smooth. The strike pen I tried, I think this is gonna be the same way. But I'm just gonna pick a top three. Top three is probably wait. These are the exact same.
Dude, I gotta tell you, yeah, these are probably gonna be the exact same because they came from the same set, and they only had 2 left. They had a set of 3.
Okay.
They only had 2 left that were being advertised. So,
favorite
but
pins
that Parker
are probably
Vector was great.
These are my favorite pins.
This Pilot Metropolitan, as always, all Pilot Metropolitans have worked really, really well, reliably. They write great, good value for the money. And if you're looking for the next step up from there, that Lamy Studio that I got was actually a great pen for the money. I paid about $50, and I see that they go up to 75 or so on eBay, or so, depending upon where you're looking for them. This
is a Pilot Metropolitan. I like the ink. It's called Palace Red. I think I haven't wrote with it today, but it's a pretty looking pen. I like the way it looks. Don't know about the way it writes. I have not read it with it yet. But he wrote with it. He had an ink sample of it. Yep. I was gonna choose between this and Ox Blood. I chose Palace Red. I kind of wanted a light red, not a dark red. Not a red that kind of looks like a purple, dark purple.
Okay. Now, and that Chinese, a $3 Chinese pen he likes.
It was pretty. It was pretty.
Yeah, it was.
I know, I like it. All of us liked it.
I gave him a purple ink.
All of us liked it. It's a purple ink.
Yep, I put in, you know what I put in that?
What?
I put in the Birmingham Pens
He kind of
Andy
surprised me
Warhol
with the
Pop Art Purple.
He's kind of surprised me with the ink. I just said, give me a purple ink. I didn't say which one.
Today was pen mail day, and if you see, I got a bunch of ink samples. I almost always order ink samples, and I got some more of those today.
Purple is not one of his new inks.
No, it's true. It's in a bottle that I got.
It's not really a new one. He had it for a while now.
Right. So
this is one of his new ones.
Right. One of the things.
That's how this is.
I ordered some orange inks so we could potentially ink up this pen in some orange.
And I kind of wanted diamine orange in it.
Right.
I was going to put diamine orange in this, but no. I wanted to put Bay State blue because I kind of liked the way it looked in the bottle. And I like the way this looked too. I was deciding between these two. An orange ink or a blue ink. I picked blue.
Right. Now,
it's light, smooth, nice ink.
And, I picked up some converters. I showed you my Kaweco that I got before for the little dinky pocket pen Kaweco. And, it turns out they do actually sell a converter for it. Even though the website said they only come with, can only take international standard cartridges, but they actually do have a converter for it, so I picked up some of that. The Lamy. Knowing I had a Lamy on order when I placed my ink sample and bottled ink order that I just did, I made sure that I got another Lamy converter. I already had some, but since I've got some Lamys that have just cartridges in them, I'm going to save those for that. I ordered a bottle of Noodler's Bay State Blue and a couple of Pilot Con 50 converters. This has that crappy aerometric converter, that squeeze converter. I hate those.
I know, you can squeeze it on the sides.
Right.
I know, but then I didn't really like that converter. I asked him to change the converter.
Right, so I paid, I think, $5 for that. Oh, no, wait a minute. Let me see. 2 for $11, so $5.50 a piece for the converters for the Metropolitans, like I put in mine because my cartridge didn't work out.
This is a pretty looking pen. I like the donkey theme.
Right.
And I like the Shrek theme too. And I was gonna leave the converter in there. I like the I found the diamine orange first. I said, can you hand me some orange inks? Diamine orange is not the first ink he could find, but he kept on looking. I said, hey, I like this ink. I was gonna put it in here, but I like Bay State Blue better. Diamond Orange is pretty, so is Bay State Blue.
So, let's wrap it up with what have we got coming? Well, we got your Lamy pen on the way. Now
it's a pretty looking pen.
it is, and I'll put a picture. I think by this time viewers should already seen a picture of it, so they'll know what it looks like. Now I told you like Waterman's,
You
and I got
showed them, but I didn't know.
well. By the time I get done and I produce this and I put it in my software after we're done talking, because you've been dragging it out and won't let me talk and wrap up our video. But I'll include that picture in by the time I'm done. You've seen how I produce them afterwards. And I'll put words on the screen down here that tell what the pen is and what the inks are. So.
Which I like all of my pens, all of them. They're almost, I like them all. They're pretty.
All right. Now, what have I got coming? I told you like Watermans, and I got that Waterman in. I had that on order. Now I've got 4. I still have 4 Watermans that have yet to show up.
I like one. All of us like one. He kind of got it a few weeks ago, about a week ago now.
Yeah, but I've got.
It was a blue pen. It was pretty. Right, it's nice.
Yeah, that was a Waterman Hemisphere.
I want to get a Waterman like it. I found this Waterman Hemisphere. I asked him, "Do they have it at pen shows?" He said, "I don't know."
Maybe we'll find out.
I hope they do, because I want it. It's a pretty pen. I kind of want to find one like the one you had.
And so I got 4 Watermans on the way. I've got a Noodler's Ahab. I haven't tried one yet. I heard a lot about them. We'll see how that does. And I've got a Wingsung 223 on the way.
I like the name Wingsung.
Yeah, Wingsung actually is. They've made some decent pens. I've got a Wingsung that I really like. And then a Look Term 1917 planner.
I kind of want to buy a Wingsung if they have them at Pin Show.
We'll see. Probably not. But I've got a planner that's all the rage right now. I ordered a notebook by the same company here a little earlier.
I might get a notebook at the pen show, maybe not.
Yeah, we'll see. So that's our pen video for this week.
If I can afford a notepad, I'm just gonna get a pen.
Yeah, and I've got notepads around the house. So anyway, that pretty much wraps up our pen video for today. Went actually even a little longer than I had planned on it being, because someone likes to talk.
I know I wanted to talk about my pins. I like talking about my pins.
Obviously so. All right. Well, that wraps it up. We're going to the pen show in D.C. next month. So hopefully we'll have some fun.
I'm so excited. I want to visit Mount Vernon. See what his home looked like.
Yeah, George Washington's home. And so we added to the pen collection. I'm sure I'll have another video soon because, like I said, I've got 4 more coming. I've got the Noodler's Ahab, and I got some pens I can't even talk about yet. So that's about it. When his collection grows by a few more, we may have another conversation. And we didn't go really in-depth into all these pens, but at least hopefully you get some ideas for your own collection. You see what a young collector is doing. And you see the passion that he's got for his collection, similar to what I've got for mine.
For about a month and 2 weeks, and now I only have about these are only a little of my fountain pens.
Well, he's got 15. He's got 15 in his collection now.
Just right now I only got 13, but
15th on the way.
15th on the way. It looks pretty. I think I already showed you that pen, but no, it may not be look the same, but it looks similar.
All right, we're wrapping it up. Catch you later. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Say bye.
Bye.